In the rowdiest saloon in Tombstone, Arizona, a jealous lover stormed in, a knife flashed, and blood stained the floorboards. And yet, the revelry never stopped. Some say the echoes of that night still linger nearly 150 years later. In this episode, I'm trying something a little different. I'm bringing in a couple of friends to share my story with, and in future episodes, they will tell their own stories of dark Arizona history and hauntings. It's a little lighter, a bit more casual, and hopefully more fun. These episodes will air alternating with my usual episodes, just to break up the intensity and heaviness. And one last quick note. In the first two of these group episodes, the camera and audio quality is a bit less than stellar while we worked out the kinks. But by the third one, we got it figured out. I do so appreciate your patience and understanding. I hope you enjoy the episode.
Hello, and welcome to Easy Unveiled. I'm Emily. You may remember me from such films as The Witch of Guadalupe or The Worst Murder in the History of Globe. It's a little bit different setup today. We're trying something new. I have, what's the word? Oh no, I forget my words.
Husband?
That wasn't the one I was going for, but yep, that's my husband, Russ, my longtime friend, Timko, and I have roped them into helping me in this episode.
I was blackmailed. So
yes, it was. I have a lot of exploitative material on you.
Yeah.
It's not my fault you live the way you do.
Paid the price to live real nice.
Anyway, I've got some stories to tell, similar to how I normally do, but less in depth, more casual, more conversational,
Correct.
if you will.
Yeah. More unveiled.
Easy unveiled her.
Yeah.
Unveiled. The unveilediest.
The unveilediest.
Workshop in the titles. Today I am talking about a very haunted city. Town.
I mean, I don't know what your topic is.
You don't.
Yeah, no, so I can't say.
You don't either. You do.
Do I?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
I do.
It's New York, New York.
We're talking about Tombstone.
Ooh, delicious pizza. Great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah, great movie.
Absolutely. One of the best. R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Anyway, Tombstone, haunted, murders, etc.
Murders, you say?
Murders. I'm going to tell you a story.
Most foul.
Tombstone was founded in 1879. And by founded, I mean by the white settlers. They came in and took over. It was founded by a prospector named Ed Schieffelin.
A lot of people like his music.
Good old Ed discovered silver in Tombstone, not the first ever, but in the area.
More of a pioneer.
The area that would be
scientist.
Tombstone, I guess.
Okay.
Yes. That happened in 1877. So the story there is that Schieffelin, as it were, was part of a scouting group in Camp Huachuca, which would later become Fort Huachuca, if you're familiar with Fort Huachuca, Sierra Vista area. No, drawing blanks. Okay.
No.
I am not. No, I will happily visit it.
We will put up a map here, probably, maybe in this Fort Huachuca, which back then was Camp Huachuca, as I said. So they were scouting. What were they scouting for? You may ask.
Silver, gold,
Apaches.
I don't know how you would scout for silver. I just thought I'd make a guess because we were talking about it.
Because the land belonged to the Chiricahua Apaches, and they weren't like super stoked about the white settlers like coming in and taking over, you know?
Understandable.
As you would be. So they had the white settlers had scouting parties. So he was part of the scouting party. And in his downtime, he would go out wandering around looking for stones and what have you.
Philosopher's stones.
Yes, Philosopher's Stone. The Sorcerer's Stone. The other soldiers told him not to do that because it was dangerous, as there were Apache actively hunting them in the area.
Fair warning.
So they said, don't do that. And they said, quote, the only stone you'll find will be your tombstone.
That is a badass lie. That is killer. I love that. No pun intended.
Foreshadowing.
That is. Is that really where the name came from?
That's what they say. That's the story. So when Schieffelin found silver and struck his claim to the mine,
He gave it to the Apaches.
no, it's
Oh.
not that. It doesn't have a happy ending. They were shipped off to a reservation.
With the silver. Oh.
So anyway, good old Ed, he named his mine Tombstone out of spite. They said the only stone you'd find would be your tombstone. So when he found precious metals, he named it Tombstone. So anyway, that's where the name came from and the founding of it. So from there, once everyone like started hearing that there was silver, obviously then like all the miners started coming in, the prospectors, because they also wanted the silver. So Tombstone very quickly became a booming mining town, as many towns in Arizona did. At its peak, its highest population was between 15 and 20,000 people. That happened very quickly between 1879 and the mid 1880s. Also at its peak, it had 4 churches of 4 different denominations, an ice house, a school, a bank, 3 newspapers, an ice cream parlor, 14 gambling halls, 110 saloons, because priorities.
Well, true. I mean, if you're going to be mining all day, you got to be drinking.
Right?
You know?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
An indeterminate number of brothels.
Indeterminate.
Indeterminate.
Probably just as many saloons.
Yeah,
as the
probably
saloons.
anywhere there was a saloon, there's probably a brothel, more or less.
Priorities.
Yeah, and 1 bowling alley.
Wow.
Wow, I didn't know bowling existed back then.
Maybe when you're done with all your drinking and mining and
Whoring.
prostituting,
Yeah.
you gotta go bowl.
Need to get what little energy I have left out of me before the tuberculosis hits. So
Exactly. So anyways, after the mid 80s, so that was kind of at their peak, but then soon after that, there were a couple major fires that destroyed a lot of Tombstone that had to be rebuilt.
hopefully not the brothels.
Probably, it probably went along with it. Also, the miners eventually dug so deep that they struck water. So then flooding started, and eventually it flooded the mines, it destroyed the mines and the mining equipment. So the output became much less. And so Tombstone, as a town, the population quickly dwindled. And by 1929, it would officially become a ghost town,
Wow.
as it were.
Boy, the one thing you really want to strike in Arizona.
Right?
And it destroys it.
So because it was a mining town and all of the things that accompany mining towns were going on, the drinking, the gambling, the gunfights,
The whoring.
Yep. A lot of deaths happened. And the Boot Hill Cemetery, which is the major cemetery there were about 300 people buried in that cemetery between 1879 and 1884. And those are only the ones that were buried. So you can assume there were more than 300 deaths that occurred within that time frame. These deaths in the cemetery were listed as things such as hangings, mining accidents, gunfights, diseases, of course,
From whoring.
murders,
bowling.
suicides, and even some natural causes.
Wow.
I know, right?
Sometimes
Wild.
you die natural.
Sometimes.
Some people, if they're lucky,
And those stats are just as true today in Arizona as they were back then
because of all the whoring.
because of all the whoring and the bowling.
It's bowling accidents. So anyway, all the deaths, that's what we're talking about. All the deaths. That often leads to hauntings. It led to Tombstone being considered one of the more haunted towns in Arizona. And there's a million haunted places in Tombstone, not literally, figuratively, a million. And I was going to talk about more of them, but as Russ pointed out, it would be very lengthy. So I'm going to talk about one.
Because she was going to go through each death individually. So
Of all 300.
she has the history of every individual person that died. in
every
Tombstone.
tuberculosis,
From the
and,
horror.
War-ridden, bed bug infested, silver mining.
yeah. So one of the most haunted places within Tombstone is the bowling alley. Now, what is considered to be one of the most haunted places in Tombstone is the Birdcage Theater.
Really?
Yes. I'm surprised that you were surprised.
I saw it listed, but I still didn't believe it then.
Well, it went down there. It makes an appearance in the movie Tombstone, if you'll recall. It was the scene when they're watching all the vaudeville acts and the devil. I can't remember what
Dante's Inferno?
No, not Dante's Inferno. Somebody's deal with the devil.
I know the name. It's going to bug me.
Now, what in the hell is this?
Well, that's Faust. He's going to make a deal with the devil.
That part takes place in the Birdcage Theater, as well as the poker game and where the confrontation between Johnny Ringo and Doc Holliday, where they have their spat in Latin and then they do their gun twirly tricks and Doc Holliday's twirling his little shot glass. Is any of this ringing a bell?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
great.
classic.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. Clip. That all takes place in the Birdcage Theater. It's funny. So we know where we're talking about. The Birdcage Theater was built in 1881. It opened on December 26th of the same year. It was a theater and also a saloon, also a gambling house, and also a brothel.
It was the mini mall of its day.
What? The one-stop shop, the Walmart Supercenter, if you will.
Oh.
The layout of this was the main floor was where the theater was, the stage was, and then also where the lower class audience sat.
That's where it would be.
The shows included, as I said, variety acts like vaudeville acts, burlesque, comedians, singers, less often dramatic readers of Shakespeare and whatnot. That didn't really go over as well. No surprise with the drunken miners. Like, no, que sorpresa. And sometimes even boxing matches. Yeah.
Both amateur and professional.
And then up above, they had the balcony where they had the wealthy people sit. They sat amongst the 14 boxes up above, which were referred to as the bird cages. I know.
Because they would shit on the people.
Something like that. They were $25 to rent.
That's steep.
It is steep. It was about $800 in today's
Good
money.
God.
It was a lot. So they sat above the stage. So they could see it from up there and it would be above everybody else. But also they had velvet curtains that you could close if, you know, a painted lady were to come visit you in your birdcage.
Ah, so no one else could see you whoring.
Yes, I don't think the velvet curtains are terribly soundproof, but
No. But they did keep out
you'd
some
have the illusion of privacy at least.
Correct.
Moving to the downstairs of the Birdcage Theater, and that was where the private poker room was, the high stakes poker room for high rollers, where you would find the likes of Doc Holliday, Wyatt Earp, Bat Masterson, etc. All the names you know. Fun facts: the game of poker that was played in there went nonstop, 24 hours. It was a nonstop game for 8 years, 5 months, and 3 days.
Holy Moses.
Oh, and
Except for-
also the buy-in for that game was $1,000. Just to be
Back then or in today's
Back
money?
then.
Ooh.
which would be about $31,000 to $32,000 today. Big money. Also downstairs were the actual brothel rooms, the bordello rooms. And another fun fact, the one at the very end was believed to be the room that Wyatt Earp conducted his affair with one Josephine Marcus, who played the devil in that vaudeville act, if you recall the film, The Redhead.
Oh.
But who was the devil?
So that's a fun fact for you. Not a fun fact for Wyatt Earp's wife, though. With all this going on, with all of the gambling and debauchery and the whoring, the Birdcage earned a reputation as the rowdiest entertainment establishment in Tombstone.
Ooh.
It also earned the nickname the wickedest theater between New Orleans and San Francisco.
I mean, from everything you just told us, it fits, you know.
So, all that in mind, setting the scene of where the story takes place, I'm going to tell you about a murder.
A murder.
Most foul in the Birdcage Theater.
Why?
Fun. This story takes place in 1882. There was a painted lady. They call them soiled doves sometimes. Lady of the night. There was one painted lady. Her working name was Gold Dollar.
Gold Dollar. Ooh, that would be a great rapper's name.
I like it was a Bond name.
That is a very Bond girl name.
Okay, so our Bond villain name. Gold Dollar was named as such both because she was petite and blonde, but also and more on the nose, she charged $1 for her services.
Wow. Excellent value.
I know. She was tiny, but she was mean. And she had a reputation. People are kind of afraid of her.
Hmm.
Anyway, Miss Gold Dollar had a regular customer. Some places say live-in lover, if you will, her man, named Billy Milgreen. Billy Milgreen was a high-stakes gambler. Was that a profession? I don't know. But anyway, Gold Dollar was very possessive of this man. She did not like any of the other ladies flirting with him, and she would threaten them if they did. So they all knew not to go near Mr. Billy Milgreen. Gold Dollar did not actually work in the birdcage. She worked at the Crystal Palace Saloon, which was like a block away, another saloon brothel combo. They kind of had that established. Billy belonged to Gold Dollar. The other prostitutes left him alone until
Oh boy.
it's my favorite. Until a new painted lady started working at the birdcage. Her name was Margarita.
Ooh.
She was considered very beautiful with her bronze skin. You know those Latinas.
I do.
Mhm.
Everybody loves a Latina.
They do. I would trade in a
Did.
gold dollar for a bronze peso any day.
Well, Margarita was aware of Gold Dollar and aware of Gold Dollar's reputation and her threats. She did not care.
I guess you could say the value of the gold dollar was about to drop.
So Margarita would flirt with Billy, who would anger Gold Dollar. Obviously, Gold Dollar got wind of this and threatened to cut out Margarita's heart. And then Billy promised Gold Dollar that he would stay away from Margarita.
Which of course he did.
Sure, he did.
When men make a promise, I won't cheat on you again, they mean it.
Again.
Exactly.
Yes.
Again. Until there happened to be a high stakes game of poker at the Birdcage Theater where she happened to work and he happened to go gamble because that's where the game was. So, Gold Dollar, again, threatened Billy. You were not to flirt, to talk to Margarita. He said, I won't. Scout's honor. Now, whether Gold Dollar just didn't trust him, which is probably the case, because she seems a bit insecure, or if somebody told her, hey, I think Margarita's flirting with your man, Gold Dollar went over to the Birdcage. She left her shift at the Crystal Palace Saloon to go see what was going on at Birdcage Theater. And when she arrived, she just so happened to see Miss Margarita sitting on Billy's lap.
Little did she know he was about to add her to the pot, only to raise his stake. There was no flirting going on whatsoever. Purely human trafficking. So,
Which is fine.
Oh.
Anyway, Gold Dollar saw this and she was pissed. She burst through the doors of the Birdcage Theater, ran over to Margarita, grabbed her by the hair, and yanked her off of Billy. Margarita's caught off guard, but she was not one to back down.
there was also a gentleman in the back that yelled, "World Star!"
Gold Dollar and Margarita are in this fight. Margarita's fighting back, but Gold Dollar pulled a stiletto out of her gunner and stabbed Margarita. Now, some stories say they stabbed her on the side. The other stories say he stabbed her repeatedly in the heart, as promised. Either way, Margarita bled out and died on the floor before a doctor could make it to the Birdcage Theater.
There's nothing worse in a bar than a wasted margarita.
He finds stuff on the floor like that.
It was 2 for 1.
Oh,
Some say that the bloodstains remained on the floor for some time. The sheriff was called, but Gold Dollar immediately ran outside and hid the stiletto somewhere out back. She was never charged because they could not find the weapon. And for some reason, no weapon, no crime, I guess. I don't know. Despite Margarita's dead body on the floor.
I mean, true, it is lack of evidence.
I mean, there's still a dead body, though.
True, but
Probably witnesses.
I would imagine, yeah.
Now, I may have skipped past this because of the dramatic scene in my head going on with, Stabby and the Hardy. She was in the same room of the poker game going on when she was stabbed.
Yes.
That's wild. Oh, no witnesses.
Well, the funny thing about that is that Margarita's body was carried away. They came and got her and carried her out of the Birdcage Theater. All the while, everything else carried on as usual. The poker game continued, the shows continued, the drinking and merriment continued as if Margarita had never been stabbed and bled out on the floor.
I mean, have you seen World Series of Poker? There's really nothing that stops those games. So,
As I said, Gold Dollar was not charged because they could not find the murder weapon. It was hidden, lost, until the 1980s when they were doing some construction and remodeling out back on the Birdcage Theater. Somebody dug up and found a stiletto.
wow. So she was then charged.
Yep, posthumously.
I love justice.
Justice.
Billy incidentally left Tombstone quietly a few months later. It is unknown whether Gold Dollar joined him or perhaps he ran away from her. Nobody knows.
Or perhaps she ended Billy and told people he left.
That is very possible. That is a good point.
Scary.
Indeed. A lot of heightened emotions, tragedy that leaves residual energy. A lot of times is prime grounds for haunting, which the Birdcage is. They say,
Tell me more.
I will. There is a haunting that has occurred that is thought to perhaps be tied to Margarita. A docent by the name of Nova Fleury once saw an apparition on the balcony. She said, quote, I saw an apparition of a young woman who opened the curtain. She was between the ages of 18 and 20. She was leaning on the balustrade, and when she looked at the balustrade, she seemed to say that the place was unoccupied and there was no one in the alcoves. She was only wearing a bloomer, so she stood out.
And a bloomer would be
This.
oh that.
There you go. So
Oh.
yeah, undergarments,
I thought
if it
that's all it
were.
was.
That's what I pictured,
Now we're all picturing it together.
right?
No, that's just one of the many hauntings in the Birdcage, and I can't tell you all of them, obviously, for time reasons, because we've already been here for, 20 minutes or so, maybe 30. I've lost track of time. But I will tell you one more. The most commonly seen apparition is the woman in white, because of course it is, because there's always a woman in white. Notably, this woman in white was in a white dress and a white bonnet, signaling that she was a proper lady, not a painted lady.
A dove, unsoiled.
Yes, as it were. She is often seen in the poker room. However, she was once caught on the security camera. Actually, someone saw her going downstairs into the poker room
They had security cameras back then.
in recent times.
Oh, okay, that makes more
I'm
sense.
sorry, I didn't clarify. We're like more modern day times now.
Oh,
That's my bad.
she's been around a while. Okay.
Yeah. When they went down there, nobody was there. She's been seen other times. She looks like a person, except in period clothing, and she vanishes.
That is mysterious. And you say the security camera caught?
A woman going
Donated.
downstairs. Yeah, it did. Another team called Donovan's Ghost Patrol claims to have caught the white lady in a photo. I actually found 2 photos that they posted online of the white lady, which I will show you. I will show all of you.
Fantastic.
Are you ready? This is a photo taken by Donovan's Ghost Patrol of the lady in white on the staircase.
I'm excited.
You ready to see it?
I'm ready.
Okay. This is one of 2. There's 2 photos I
Okay.
found.
Do we get to see both?
Jesus Christ.
The
Let's look at guys. Oh, right above it. Wow. It could be a blurry foot. It could be the lady in white.
It could be.
That is a something. Something
Not,
happened there.
not a close-up of a blurry foot. Or moth.
And I have one more.
That was just the beginning of Wiki
from
Feats.
Right?
Donovan's Ghost Patrol. And this would be this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Very haunting.
Sure it's not infrared of a fart?
Might be.
I don't know. So you guys can tell me what you think. If that's the lady in white caught on camera
Yeah. Comment
Or-
below.
It is white.
or a blurry foot.
Yeah.
Amongst other hauntings, there of course are smells of perfume, cigars, sometimes ladies singing, laughter, card shuffling can all be heard.
I'm imagining the card shuffling, and that is actually kind of creepy.
That is.
You're just hearing it out of nowhere. You're the only one in the room, and you hear the card shuffling.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
We will have to visit there.
We will.
And record it.
Yes.
Yeah. Coincidentally, another fantastic story that comes from the Birdcage Theater is one about an Arizona cryptid. It is called the Tombstone Mermaid. And you can watch my video on it, the link below.
I want to watch it now.
You tease.
I will tease another Tombstone cryptid.
Another?
Another Tombstone
This
has
dove just soiled herself.
Who knew Tombstone had multiple cryptids of its own? The other is the mighty Tombstone Thunderbird.
What? This is the first I'm hearing of a thunder. Whoa, wait, what?
I just so happen to be wearing the shirt.
Wow.
Tombstone
You know,
Thunderbird.
I was once told that the Thunderbird is my spirit animal.
That's true.
He was.
He was. In which case, you should probably purchase this shirt from azandale.com.
Alright.
Sure. It's a good shirt.
Anyway, that's pretty much all enough for my story for today. This has been our first attempt at the unveiled or
Unveiled the Durs.
the unveilediest. I'm open to suggestions of titles. If somebody wants to comment a better one, I'm willing to
This-
I hope you guys liked it. This was a more lighthearted, hopefully more casual. That's the
Yeah.
word. More casual.
More conversational.
Yes.
All the C words.
It's actually very
Not all the same.
Maybe.
Well, it was the Wild West, so.
If you like this style, let me know. We certainly get more of them.
Yeah.
It's been fun. I learned a lot. Thank you.
As did I. Thank you.
And I look forward to hearing your guys' stories.
So
Next.
excited.
I'm all tombstoned up.
Once again, I'm Emily. This is Russell. That's Tim Proud. And this is AZM Dale. Thanks for watching. Oh boy, this is going to be a mess. Anyway, if I can get my phone to work, I will.
You'll have to excuse her. She's Gen X, so.
Excuse you. I absolutely fucking am not. Rude.
Here's the first date.
Hey, that's pretty good. We're like 2 minutes in.